She finished her shift. She bought groceries. She walked toward her front door. And then, a scream shattered the quiet street. A scream so violent. Neighbors would later say it sounded like pure terror. By the time anyone reached her, she was lying on her veranda, her throat slashed, still alive, trying desperately to speak. But she never got the chance. This was not a robbery. This was not random. This was planned. And the person responsible had been watching her for weeks. Her name was Michelle Beets. And what investigators uncovered next would expose one of the most chilling cases of obsession, stalking, and betrayal Australia has ever seen. Michelle Beets was born on February 22, 1953, in New Zealand. She grew up in a loving home, surrounded by siblings, encouragement, and stability. From an early age, she stood out, bright, driven, compassionate. At just 13 years old, she earned admission to a prestigious girls' school, excelling academically while dreaming of one thing above all else: helping others. That dream led her into medicine. Michelle became a nurse, then a leader, eventually rising to head of nursing at a major Sydney hospital. She was trusted, respected, admired. So admired, in fact, that in 2010, she was selected to assist the medical team accompanying the Pope during his visit to Australia. By age 57, her life followed a simple routine: work, home, repeat. Until the evening, she never made it inside. At 6:20 p.m., neighbors walking their dog heard screaming. They ran toward the sound. What they saw next would haunt them forever. A man in a hoodie, a balaclava covering his face, a backpack slung over his shoulders, climbing out of Michelle's yard. When they tried to stop him, he ran. Moments later, they found Michelle, her groceries scattered, her body broken, her throat cut so deeply she could no longer speak. She died before help arrived. And almost immediately, the crime scene raised disturbing questions. The man who was watching ***. At first, police thought it was a burglary gone wrong. The back door had been forced. But something didn't fit. Nothing inside the house was disturbed. Nothing was stolen. No fingerprints. No DNA. Then investigators discovered something terrifying. The power lines outside Michelle's home had been cut. Her alarm system. Her lights. Everything disabled. This wasn't chance. This was preparation. Whoever attacked Michelle knew exactly when she'd arrive. And exactly how to disappear. Attention turned to her personal life. Her partner, David, was cleared. Then detectives began speaking with hospital staff. And one name kept surfacing: Walter, a nurse from the United States. Former Marine. Explosive temper. Deeply unsettling behavior. Michelle had been his supervisor. And months earlier, she had refused to renew his contract. Staff reported they were afraid of him. So afraid that Michelle insisted someone be present when she fired him. Even more disturbing, after his dismissal, Michelle told colleagues she'd seen Walter near her house. Watching, police soon learned Walter had combat training, experience with discipline, experience with control. When questioned, Walter denied everything. But surveillance footage told a different story. Less than a mile from Michelle's home, just 10 minutes after her murder, a man resembling Walter appeared on camera, discarding a backpack, then walking away calmly. Police searched landfills. Nothing was found. Still, they had no proof. Until someone close to Walter finally broke.